So it's Ryan, it's day 56 for the third time. Okay, so I'm on a roll today, so I figure what the heck, we'll just keep going. So I have this this quote I was recently exposed to. 2% of people think, 3% of people think they think, and 95% of people would rather die than think. Ted McFarlane, I believe. Not Ted McFarlane, makes cool toys and spawn comic books. Ted McFarlane, educator. Anyway, there's a lot to be said about this, and I'm not here to make an entire movie about one quote, but just some interesting thoughts. One that strikes me this morning is that companies, boards, directors, CEOs, so these people should be searching for the 2%, regardless of their degree. Really. Because usually that 2% can think outside the box, and a formal education might not necessarily help. In fact, it might stifle the 2%. It might stifle that free thinking that differentiates them from others. Really. Especially if you find it, we're not looking for the evil genius, not the Moriarty, but we're looking for not the Lex Luthor. We're looking for the honest one, but the one who will give the true answer regardless of the answer he knows you want to hear. I know the right answer. I know the answer you want to hear. Give the right answer. Doesn't always happen. I will tell you that I am crazy. I can tell you my last job, I proposed limiting my own position. Is that crazy or what? Of course it is. Now, did I have backup plans? Of course I did. But the truth is, it made sense. The really crazy thing is my boss wouldn't even hear it. And basically get tossed out of his office. It didn't make sense to me. If you want to accomplish A, then we can B, C, or D and get to A. But it wouldn't listen. And then, when we came to a solution to accomplish A, of course, cost-cutting, streamlining, more efficiency, and the favorite of operations, the president didn't get it either. So no one got it. No one gets it. And I was just surprised. Regardless of what happens to the individual, gives the right answer. Gives a good answer, a well thought out, planned. And then what if you're in? And I'm not saying. And actually, I don't think anyone's in. Well, there are probably great people who are in 2% all the time. It takes a long time to free your mind at all, but freeing your mind and getting there. I'm not saying that I'm necessarily there. That's the goal. Free mind, free think. Always able to give the right answer. Always to be able to ponder it and answer and break it down, and then we'll go back to overcoming obstacles. Where's your obstacle? Well, if we do these steps, we can get to where we want to be. So to quickly wrap up and go back to why should big companies, board of directors, etc., hire people who are the 2%? Because you want that person that thinks outside the box. In fact, you want those at the top. Isn't that the idea? The technical skills can be learned or can be shopped to someone below them. They can have an assistant who's the this or the that. But if you've got a person who's not afraid to think the outside the box, boy, everyone loves that term, then you've got answers that aren't necessarily of the norm and lets you move forward. Because if you keep repeating the same thing over and over, unfortunately, the way the world changes, your business won't be successful. You can't necessarily always do the same thing all the time because you'd be left in the dust. Well, we'd all be driving Model Ts. Black Model Ts. Ford didn't even want colors. He only wanted black cars. It wasn't until the competitors had 3 or 4 different colors to choose from that he finally broke down and allowed there to be other than black cars. Otherwise, we'd all be driving black Model Ts. So once in a while, you got to think outside the box. You got to move forward. You got to change. There's only one thing permanent in life, and that is change.